Okay, good day to everyone. For this video lecture, we're going to have a walkthrough on the service module as well as our financials module. So, dalawa lang basically ang didiscuss natin dito. Una will be yung service call, tapos pangalawa yung ating journal entries and journal vouchers. Okay, so to start with, let's make sure that we are already doon sa interface ng ating or sa website ng ating dispatcher. Next is to make sure that you're logged into your correct account, okay, by choosing the correct company. Of course, the server will not change anymore. So, correct company, and then we're going to type in our user ID and then our password. Next, we're going to log on. So, we'll just wait for the user interface to load, okay? Do not forget again, whenever the select default branch window appears, you double click your branch. Okay? So double click. Ayan. Kasi pag hindi mo ulit yun sinet up, okay, hindi na naman gagana yung iba't ibang mga items that rely on a particular branch accounting. Okay? So recurring postings, wala mo na yan. Close mo yan. And then system message log, close mo rin yan. We don't need that. Okay? So first, we're going to go to service. So ito yung first na i-discuss natin. Madali lang naman tong service. So basically, the purpose of service, okay, of the service module is basically to give assistance to your clients whenever they are in need of um, help doon sa warranties, yung mga support services, yung mga customer care, etc. Okay, so yung mga yan. So basically, ang i-discuss natin or yung gagamitin natin dyan will be yung service call. Usually service call yan. Yung tatawag ng assistant, hihingi ng tulong. Okay? So you click service call and you will see yung ating service call window. Okay? So the service call window will basically um, consider kung anong type ng kung anong service call type yan. Sales ba yan or purchasing? So usually, yung service call natin pertaining yan doon sa sales or yung mga or yung mga customers na binigyan natin ng service. Pag purchasing naman, ibig sabihin hihingi tayo ng service assistance doon sa mga binilhan natin ng goods. Okay? So service call type tayo sales. The next thing that you're going to do is to look for a business partner. So gamitin ko na lang kunyari si ano na lang, parameters na lang. Just choose. Okay? So usually may mga lalabas na system message, ganyan. Okay lang yan, walang problema. Click mo lang yung okay. Tapos warning, no valid contract exists, okay lang. Okay, kasi syempre simulation lang naman to. Usually, kapag may ganong mga system message, ibig sabihin, tinatanong niya, bakit ka gagawa ng service call or bakit mo i-accept yung service call, eh wala naman pala tayong kontrata kay parameter. So basically, binibigyan ka lang niya ng warning. Okay? So basic, ang gagawin mo lang dyan will be, i-ano mo lang yun, i-consider mo lang yun, accept mo lang, okay, para matuloy natin yung service call. Okay? Yan. So, next thing that we're going to do, okay, so we are going to fill out yung mga information. Usually, given na yung mga details, kasi yun ay na nakalagay na doon sa ating business partners when we did our business partner earlier. Okay? So anyway, wala nang masyadong gagalawin dito. We go to the general tab. Sa general tab, the first thing that you need to do is to choose kung ano yung origin or saan nanggaling yung service call. So, pag may lumalabas system message, i-okay mo lang yan. No worries. So, origin kunyari, um, ikaw ay tinawagan. So, pwedeng email, pwedeng telephone, web, etc. So, kunyari telephone na lang. So, tinawagan ka. Tapos, magtatanong ng problem type. Okay? So, sasabihin niya kung ano yung problem type, like ano yung pinanggagalingan nung error niya, doon ba sa technical issues, etc. Ganun. So, pag wala pa doon sa listahan, define nyo ka. So, lagay natin kunyari, tech issue. Okay, tapos ang description niya, technical difficulties. So, yun na lang kunyari. Tapos, update mo na. So, take note kailangan may name, tapos may description. Tapos, update mo, tapos okay. So yun na, lalabas na siya sa problem type. Tapos pwede mo pa siyang lagyan ng subtype kung gusto mo siyang maging mas specific. Okay? Tapos lagyan mo rin ng call type kung gusto mo pang bigyan ng specific description kung anong klaseng phone yun or anong klaseng telephone call siya. Okay? Tapos technician, pwede mo ring i-type. Okay? Kung meron kang list ng employees, okay? Or basically ganun siya. Pero kung wala kang list ng employees kasi sa human resource pa sineset up yun, kung wala, edi dyan ka muna. Wala tayong magagawa. Walang laman yan. Okay? So in your activities later on, you double check kung ano yung mga details sa general. Okay? Business partners, usually just to check the details kung tama ba, kung saan pupunta, ganyan. Okay? Kasi pwede mong palitan, 'di ba? Take note, lalo na kapag multiple ang or nagkaroon ng change ng address, ganyan, pwede mong i-edit dito. Pero pag walang binigay, bayaan mo na. Yung remarks portion, just to give details, no, kung kunyari, binigyan ka ng mga kwento-kwento, etc., ganyan. So type mo lang diyan kung ano yung mga sinabi doon sa call. Okay, just to give a note doon sa mga sinabi nung ating customer. Okay, so pwedeng leave it blank na kung wala namang sinabi. Okay, pero yun ang purpose nung remarks para i-type mo yung details nung call, ano yung mga hinihingi, ano yung mga considerations, ganyan. Next tayo, activities. Okay, so dito, mapapansin mo blanco yung activity. Ibig sabihin wala pa tayong na-create na activity specifically for this particular service call. So, ang gagawin mo, click mo yung activity here. And then, i-specify mo na kung ano yung mga item. So, activity, malamang phone call yan. Kasi telephone nga, di ba? So, phone call. Pwede mo namang i-edit. Type, okay? Pwedeng general, wag mo nang galawin kung walang sinabi. Subject, pwede ring lagyan mo ng define nyo ka kung may binigay na subject. Pero kung wala, bayaan mo na. Okay? Tapos, um, next mong gagawin is yung remarks ulit. Pwede mong ulitin dito yung remarks if you want. Start time, end time, ganyan. Okay? So, pwede ring palitan mo to. Kunyari, start time is alas 12, tapos mag-end kunyari siya ng 12. Sabihin natin, 12:10 lang. Yan, 12:10 lang kunyari. So, automatic mag-a-adjust naman na yun ng time dito. Okay? So, kung kunyari, sabihin mo, nilagyan mo dyan ng 20 minutes. Okay, pag sinabi mo 20 minutes, automatic na rin siya mag-adjust dito. So basically, ang kailangan mo lang ilagay is yung schedule, yung start time at saka yung end time niya. Okay? Yan yung mga items dyan. Tapos, isa pang consideration dito is yung ilalagay mo kung ano ang priority. Okay, so ano ba yung concern niya ba? Normal lang, low priority, nag-iinarte lang ba yung customer, ganyan, or urgent. So pwedeng high, ganun. Okay? High pag super urgent, normal pag okay lang, tas low kapag di naman masyadong kailangang i-address agad. Okay, so usually, yan yung mga items. So pwedeng normal, pwedeng high, kunyari high na lang. Okay? Content, pwede ulit lagyan ng kung ano mang remarks dyan, link document and attachments, whatever is necessary for us to complete all the details ng service call. Okay, pero pag walang binigay, edi yan na lang yung mga items. Okay, tapos add mo na. Okay, pag in-add mo, makikita mo dito yung activity na ginawa. Okay, tapos solutions, kung meron kang ilalagay na mga recommended solutions, etc. Tapos related documents ulit, yung i-attach mo yung mga documents na sinubmit either nung customer or yung mga binigay mong document sa customer. Okay, resolution, ilagay mo lang kung na-resolve na or hindi. History, kung meron nang nangyaring tawag before, kung ilang beses nang nakulit-kulit ng customer, ganyan. Okay, scheduling, okay, and attachments. Okay, pero yung mga yan, depende kung may binigay doon sa na details. Kung wala, di walang problema. After considering all, add mo na. Okay, sabi, subject is not specified in the service call. Okay, so we need to, sorry, we forgot to put the subject here. Okay, nakalimutan ko nga. Okay, so subject kunyari, technical issue. Okay, technical issue kunyari. Ay, wala naman na sigurong kalimutan. Activities, meron na. Okay, add. Yan, so pag in-add mo na, lalabas na yung remark sa baba na operation completed successfully. So, pwede mo nang sabihin na nilagyan mo na ng call or nilagyan mo na ng log doon sa customer para ma-follow up later on. So basically ganun ang gamit ng service call para malagyan natin ng data with regards to the concern para later pwedeng balikan. So paano mo ulit babalikan yung dati? Last data record. So lalabas yung ginawa mo. Tapos ito yung screenshot mo. Okay? So yan siya. So pwede mong i-update every time na may nangyaring activities, ganyan. Okay, so yun na yung service call. Screenshot mo to, yan na yung pwede mong gamitin as evidence na nagawa mo nga yung service call. Pwede rin actually i-print pero wala kasi tayong wala tayong connection sa printer kaya hindi natin magawa. Okay, so yan yung service call. Okay? So the next thing that we are going to do is to go to the financials naman. Okay? So yung financials natin, okay, so actually ito ginagalaw kasi ito sa ginagalaw ito kapag nandun tayo sa advanced portion. So malamang sa next subject nyo pa yan. So for this time, ang focus natin for financials will be yung basic entries lang natin na gagamitan ng journal entry and journal vouchers. Okay. So before we proceed, okay, I hope you also read already yung contents ng ating quick guide, no? Ang difference lang naman ng journal entry and journal vouchers is ganito. Ang journal entry, ginagawa lang ito kapag sure ka na natama yung gagawin mong journal item. Ibig sabihin, hindi kailangan ng approval, hindi kailangan i-check, automatic na ikaw, kumbaga you are authorized to do this, okay? Sa journal voucher, ginagawa mo to kapag gagawa ka ng journal entry na subject to approval, subject to checking ng isang supervisor or ng isang manager, ganun, before ma-finalize. Okay, pero basically same lang naman ang gamit niya. Okay, so we go to journal entry. Okay, click mo lang yung journal entry dito. Tapos lalabas itong journal entry natin na window. So for our journal entry window, ano lang ba ang importante dyan? So ang pinaka-importante yung posting date, due date at saka document date. Tapos yung remarks sa taas. Okay, usually hindi na ginagalaw yung iba dyan. So ano bang ibig sabihin ng posting date? Posting date is yung date kung kailan natin i-record sa ating libro or saan kung kailan marirecord sa ating system. Okay? Document date or due date muna. Due date pertains to, from the term itself, due date, kailan due yung document. Okay? Or ibig sabihin, kailan, kung babayaran yan or sisingilin yan, ilagay mo yung due date kung kailan siya sisingilin, kailan siya babayaran, ganyan. Okay? Usually, kapag wala namang talagang due date, the posting date will be the same as the due date. Okay? And then finally, document date. The document date pertains to the date kung kailan available yung document na magiging basis natin for tax purposes. Okay? Kasi 'di ba, yung document ang magiging evidence natin para may proof tayo, okay, na meron lang nangyaring transaction. So that's where you're going to place, okay, the document date. So usually kapag silent yung problem, pare-parehas lang lahat to. Kung ano yung date na binigay, yun na. Okay? Tapos yung remarks dito, okay, basically is the same as your journal entries before. Ilalagay mo yung remarks like parang to record investment, blah blah blah. Ganun. So yun lang yung items doon. Okay? Tapos, pag na-fill out mo na to, yung nasa taas, usually wala nang ibang gagalawin. Yung posting date, due date, document date, at remarks lang ang ginagalaw dyan. Okay? Ang next mong gagawin is to go to the mismong journal entries na. Okay? So, we're going to prepare journal entries. So, wala naman na akong masyadong gagalawin. So, kunyari na lang, debit na lang ako ng petty cash, kunyari. Sample lang naman to eh. Kunyari, petty cash ako na 1 million. Okay. Sige, gawin natin yan. Tapos, next credit. Okay, dito kasi hindi na i-indent yung credit. So, basically, kung saan mo nilagay yung amount, that will give an idea kung debit ba siya or credit. Okay? So, kunyari, debit tayo ng petty cash. Tapos, credit tayo ng na lang kunyari. Wait, hanap ako ng equity account. Hindi kasi masyadong ginagamit yung yung ganitong mga chart of accounts. Pero anyway, we'll just look for a particular account title para lang kumpleto. Okay, so usually 3 yan eh, 3. Okay, dito lang tayo sa ordinary share capital kunyari. Yun na lang. Okay, tas 1 million din. Automatic naman siya usually. Okay, kung magkano yung debit, yun na rin yung credit. Pero kung kunyari may isa ka pang ilalagay na item, ilagay mo lang yung amount tapos ulit dito. Okay? Tapos remarks kunyari, ilagay lang natin to record investment. Okay, so yun lang kunyari. If there is no information regarding the remarks, okay lang naman kahit wala. Optional lang naman yan eh. Okay? Pagkatapos mong gawin nun, add mo na. Okay, add. Tapos, update remarks on rows as well. Yes lang, yes. Tapos, add ulit. Okay, so, we are now finished with that. Na-add na natin siya. So, kung gusto mong balikan, click mo lang yung last data record, tapos lalabas yun. Pwede mo rin i-expand to, by the way, if you want to make sure na kita lahat yung amounts. Okay? Pwedeng ito na yung screenshot mo, pero may isa pa tayong way for us to generate a report. Okay, so yan yung muna. Pwedeng ito na mismo yung screenshot mo, pero meron pang isa. Pero mamaya natin di-discuss. So yan yung sa journal entry. Okay, so close na natin to. We now go to journal vouchers. So what is for journal vouchers naman? Basically, what you're going to do here is to create a um, journal voucher. Okay, sinabi na natin, di ba? Pag sinabing journal voucher, it means you are going to create a journal entry na hindi pa dito, hindi pa siya approved. Okay? Subject pa to approval or whatever. Okay? So, yan yung items natin dyan. So, okay lang yan. So, ba't walang lumalabas? Okay, sige. Yun. Wait lang ah. So, add journal entry. Yun. So, kapag ganun, usually dapat lalabas siya automatic eh. Pero anyway, balik lang tayo para makita nyo lang. So, click journal vouchers. Usually, dapat may automatic na nilalabas. Pero pag wala, balik ka lang dito. Tapos lagay ka lang ng add journal entry to new voucher. Okay, tapos lalabas na yung bagong journal voucher entry. Okay? So, ganun din yung nature niya. Kung mapapansin mo, almost the same lang. Same lang naman yung lumalabas. Okay? Posting date, due date, at saka document date, as remarks ulit. Okay? So, for purposes of illustration, kunyari, same na rin lang. Ngayon na rin lang yung date. Kung binigyan ka ng ibang date, edi i-type mo lang dyan. Ganun din lang naman yung itsura nung ating format sa date. Hanapin mo lang yung kung anong araw. Okay? And then, remarks ulit kung gusto mong lagyan ng remarks. Pero hindi naman siya necessary. Okay? So, ulitin ko na lang yung journal entry na ginawa ko kanina. So, magdi-debit ulit ako ng petty cash. So, na yung petty cash ko. Yan. Petty cash ulit ako. Tapos, lagay ulit ako ng debit na 1 million kunyari. Okay, anyway, it does not matter naman kung ano yung ilalagay ko dito. Kasi for illustration lang naman. Tapos, petty cash ulit tayo. Tapos, kunyari, ang credit ko na lang yung same din kanina. I'll just credit it to ordinary share capital na lang. Same amount, 1 million. Okay, so hindi ko na ita-type yung 1 million kasi mag-auto balance naman siya. Okay? So from there, kunyari yan na yung entry, hindi ko na lalagyan ng remarks, click ko na lang add to voucher. Okay? So pag na-add na sa voucher, pwedeng i-last data record mo para makita mo. Ay sorry, changes will cause the data to be deleted. Na-add naman na eh. Okay, anyway, so yun, para makita mo lang. Tapos close mo muna. Papansin mo, meron na siyang nakalagay ngayon dito. Okay? So from there, kung gusto mong i-review, double click mo lang. Okay? Tapos lalabas ulit siya dito. Tapos close mo lang ulit kung tapos mo nang ma-view. Okay? Tapos kung kunyari mailalagay ka pa, magki-click ka dito ng add entry to existing voucher. Kung gusto mong magdagdag pa. Okay? Pwedeng i-click dito. Okay, so magdagdag kunyari tayo. So lagay na lang ako ng Same date na rin. Record lang ako ng kahit ano. Kunyari, debit ako ng trade investments na lang. 10,000 lang. Tapos credit ako ng sample lang tong mga to. So in your activities later on, you simply follow whatever is going to be asked from you to journalize. Okay? So kunyari na lang ano kayang magandang credit. Just look for ito na lang, bank account. Yan, usually magbabalance na yan. Tapos same ulit, add to voucher na. Okay? Tapos close. So pansin mo, dalawa na yung laman ng voucher ko. Yung unang journal entry at yung pangalawa. Pwede ko ulit i-view, to double click ko lang yung mga yan. Now, if there is no more problem, no, okay na kunyari, lahat nagawa na ng journal entry. Ang pwede mo na lang gawin next dyan is to click post voucher. Pwede ring i-update mo muna kung babalikan mo later on, pero you can also click post voucher. Tapos, save journal voucher to permanent file. Tinatanong ka if you wanted this to be transferred to your journal entry. Okay? So, click mo yung yes. Tapos, mawawala na siya dito. Okay? So, kung wala na, ano ibig sabihin nun? It means that it was already transferred to your journal entry. So, click natin yung last data record. Pansin mo, ayan yun, no? Yan yung pinaka-last na ginawa natin. Click mo yung previous record. Yan yung second to the last. Tapos, previous record, ito yung kakagawa din natin. So, basically, yan yung mga items niyan. So, again, you can use this for purposes of screenshot lang. Pero, kung gusto mo ng mas comprehensive na screenshot, huwag ka dyan pupunta. Close mo yan. Tapos, pumunta ka sa reports. Pwedeng dito, financials tapos financial reports. Okay. Tapos, pupunta ka sa accounting. Tapos, transaction journal report. Okay? Tapos, ang gagawin mo lang is to look for all journal entries. Okay? So, may mga items naman dyan kung ano yung mga pwede mong hanapin. Okay? So, basically, may mga journal entry, yung mga pang-inventory list lang, ganyan. Pero basically, journal entries na lang tayo. And then, you choose the date kung ano yung coverage niya. So, ang pipiliin nating date is yung ngayon lang. Okay? Pero basically, bago natin gawin yan, di ba sabi ko, there is a possibility na hindi mo dito kukunin yung report. Kasi, di ba meron tayong financials na module. So, financials, tapos financial reports, tapos accounting, and then transaction journal report for you to get a report of the journal entries. You can also go directly to reports, and then financials, and then accounting, and then transaction journal report. So, same lang. Okay? So, anyway, nandito na tayo. The first thing that you need to do is to put a date. Okay? So, sundan mo lang yung format kasi naka day, month, year format tayo. So, 01, 01, 12, 20 din ang gagawin ko. So, ibig sabihin, nahanapin ko lang lahat ng journal entries na ginawa ko ngayong araw. Okay? Click OK. So, lalabas yung tatlong ginawa ko. So, of course, ang lalabas lang naman dyan is yung mga ginawa mo during the day. Okay? Na pinili mo. Okay? So, from there, yan na. Mayroon na tayong transaction journal report. You can actually export that to PDF, pero mas matatagalan ka. So, i-screenshot mo na lang to. Ang gawin mo is to expand na lang. Make sure that everything was captured. Then, screenshot, that will be the evidence or proof na nagawa mo yung mga journal entries. Yun na. That's the end of our walkthrough for today. So, to sum up muna, what are the items that we discussed? Okay? So, first, we discussed the service call under the service module. Okay? Second, we discussed your journal entry and journal voucher under the financials module. And then third, we discussed yung financial report na transaction journal, which could be taken from the financial reports under the financials module or galing sa reports module and then financials folder. Tapos accounting subfolder, tas yun na. Okay, so that's the end of our walkthrough for today. Pagtapos na, yung activity mo, kunyari nagawa mo na lahat, don't forget to exit. Okay, tas yes lang. So that's the end of our walkthrough. Thank you.